So we'll begin this practice with yoga for transformation, and a little bit of pain, how to deal with discomfort, as we go through any kinds of transformation. Yeah. So let's start on our chair. So again, the chair is just a prop. It's a prop that allows us to kind of sometimes go deeper in yoga poses. Yeah. So one of the major tools to help us through, again, any kind of change, any kind of transformation. And if you've ever noticed that even positive change can be stressful. Like if you bought a house, when you bought a house, right? When you did, it was exciting, but the whole transformation of moving in is just like stressful. So there's always, there can be challenges and to call them challenges, right? In life. So I've always found that the ujjayi breath, that's that slight restriction of the back of your throat, is just such a great tool to help you through, tension, stress, and it just helps to center the body, to relax the body. So we're just going to do some let's start with moving. You want to just move the body a little bit. Yeah. However you feel like moving it today. Feel free to close your eyes as you're moving and notice if there's any parts of your body that feel a little stiff, a little tight. Yeah. Good. And then relax. And either hands down on your lap or up on your lap. Yeah. So we want to be away from the back of our chair just a little bit so we can keep a nice tall spine and we don't have the tendency to roll the spine back and restrict our lungs. Yeah. And then just float your eyes closed. So just coming into this space. Good. And just arriving. And now we're going to begin with a couple cleansing breath. So take a breath in through your nose. Pause the breath at the top. And then just let it go. And relax. And again, breathe in. Pause. Let go. And now with keeping the lips closed gently, your posture is just gently tall, shoulders back and down. Good. Let's begin a round of ujjayi breath. So it's almost like the feeling when you're trying to fog up a mirror. That's just the best description I can get, but probably most of you already are familiar with this. So let's give it 100% in our breath. So let's breathe in through the nose. As you breathe out, as if you're trying to fog up a mirror, breathe out. So you're keeping your lips gently closed and you're just letting the breath ride up and down the back of your throat. So just continue breathing in, pausing at the top, and breathing out, and pausing at the bottom, breathing out a little longer than the inhale. So continue at your own pace. Again, if you want to get more of that sensation, when you breathe out, you can open your mouth a little bit. And again, pretend you're fogging up a mirror with your breath. That's the sounds, that's the feeling in the throat. And then again, closing the lips. So just practice nice and easily. Listening to that sound, so that whooshing sound of the breath riding up and down the back of your throat, pausing on the top of the inhale and pausing at the bottom of the exhale. And try to go as slow as you can. And if it's frustrating you that you can't quite get the concept, just breathe. however it's comfortable for you, nice and slow. Again, finding that pause at the top and a pause at the bottom. So that pause helps us to just stop and come inside, be present. Notice each time you breathe in, if you can take in a little more air, pause a little longer maybe. And breathe out a little longer maybe, and pause a little longer. 2 more at your own pace. Maybe a little smile on the face. And just whenever that you arrive at the exhale breath, the next exhale breath at the very bottom of the breath, just release the Ujjayi breath and just come to your natural breath. And here, just notice your natural breath. You may notice that it's a little slower. You may notice that it's a little deeper. You may notice nothing. It's no right and wrong. And when you're feeling ready now and complete, let's bring our hands into prayer position. Let's rub our palms together and get some heat into our hands. Just listening with our eyes still closed as we rub our palms together, listening to that sound. And then pause. And now observe any tingling you might feel. Maybe separate your hands just slightly. Notice if you feel any energy in your palms and your hands. Good. And then cup your hands over your eyes. Now, just bringing your fingertips to your forehead. And then when you're feeling ready, gently open your eyes up into your hands. And release your hands down onto your lap. So that Ujjayi breath, especially if you're in real like physical discomfort, is really beneficial. And typically when we are in stress, when we are in discomfort, we stop breathing, right? We're just like so tight and tense. So if you can remember, and so the more you practice that Ujjayi breath, if you can daily, you can do it while you're cooking in the kitchen, while you're sitting and watching TV. Just practice that Ujjayi breath. And the more we practice that, when we are in a situation, we will be able to click into that Ujjayi breath a little bit. We'll remember it and click into it. And that will help you get through that pain. You know, sometimes I don't know, you hit your funny bone, your, elbow, and it's like, yeah, that really hurts. And just to move through that, just long, slow Ujjayi breath. And over time, that will, dissipate. That will help you get through that discomfort. Yeah, good. Okay, so we're still scooted forward in our chair. And you can bring your hands down onto your lap and notice your posture. See if you can gain that posture. And just by lifting the top of the head up and relaxing your shoulders down. Good. Take a breath in. And as you exhale now, slowly drop your chin to your chest. Good. And then inhale, slowly bring your head over to one side and up. And then slowly to the other side and down. And again, feel free, and whenever you're doing this stretch, to close your eyes or even just make a little slit with the light coming in a little bit. Good. And using your Ujjayi breath almost throughout the whole practice as your like companion. Yes. Next time the head comes forward, pause, and then 3 circles the opposite direction. Inhale with Ujjayi, exhale. And almost also the sound relaxes you. And the next time that the head comes forward, pause, wiggle your toes, press down into your toes, and slowly lift your head back up. Good. And now again, nice posture, shoulders back and down. Relax your arms down alongside your body. Let them be nice and relaxed. Good. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or you can open them. And then inhale with shoulders forward and up. Exhale back and down with that soft Ujjayi breath. Inhale. This breath also allows us to take more oxygen in to the body. Yeah. Next time the shoulders come down, reverse, go the opposite direction, inhaling back and up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. At your own pace. Good. And relax. Good. Hands on hips. Then a gentle tall spine. And now we're just going to isolate. So typically we do body rotations with the whole body. And we're going to just try to isolate our rib cage. Yeah. So bringing your awareness to your rib cage, both sides, and see if you can sort of just circle your rib cage in little circles. Just moving the rib cage. Just imagining. Again, feel free to close your eyes here if you'd like. Just having the rib cage floating around in little circles. Yeah. At some point when you come forward with your rib cage, then reverse. Just this little isolation of the rib cage. Good. Just a couple more. Ujjayi breath, present. And it's time that you come forward with the rib cage, pause. And just open your eyes. Yeah, if you had your eyes closed. Good. All right, so you are scooted forward in your chair. We want to have enough space so we can bring our palms behind us on our chair. Good. So we're going to do our little cat-cows. Again, you can either keep your hands on your thighs and lift and look up, or you can bring your hands behind you. I just find that having your hands behind you, your fingers off to the side of the back of your chair, and gently press down into your palms if they're back there, and then lift your heart and look up. Nice and easy. Stretch your shoulders back. Feel your whole rib cage opening, right? Your heart, your thymus, thyroid gland. This is good for the lymphatic system. And then exhale, relax. Slowly bring your hands forward to your knees and then drop your head. Yeah. And if you have a non-osteoporotic spine, you can curl your spine to the back of your chair. That feels okay. Good. Press down into your feet. Inhale, lift your heart. Slide your hands back. Palms on the back seat of your chair. Lift the heart, look up. Then exhale, round it out. Yeah, or drop your head and just, that's enough. Good. Yeah, just taking this, you decide your range of motion. One more time, hands back or on the thighs, lift the heart, look up. And exhale, round, come forward. And then slowly bring the body straight back up. So practicing that, you can do that on any chair that you're sitting on. you know, because we just have this tendency, especially as we get older, you know, with osteoporosis or just weakness or, you know, we tend to hunch forward. You probably see people sometimes that are walking with like a whole upper body forward. We want to try to not alleviate it. Once that happens and you're there for a while, it's really hard to get posture back. So we want to avoid that rounding of the upper back as much as possible. So wherever you are, wherever you're sitting, you know, if you get to a restaurant, bring your hands behind you. It's nice to always sit up away from the back of the chair. That engages the back muscles in the spine. I know I repeat that often, right? And then sometimes just bringing your hands behind you, you know, and stretching your shoulders back. Ah, that just, again, it's like Ujjayi breath. The more you practice it, the more it becomes natural. I think a while ago, I was at the airport with my family and we were sitting on these bar stools and somebody came up to me and said, I just have to say, you have the best posture. I'm like, I do. But that comes from practicing that, you know, lifting of the heart. And then it just becomes your habit, right? We were just talking about habits, right? And habits can be good for you, they can be not so good for you. But formulating the habits that are good for you then just becomes the norm, right? For yourself. Yeah, in many, many ways. Good. All right. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's just making an example. All right, feet a little bit wider apart. Good. Feel your feet grounded into the earth. Yeah, grounding. Yeah, it's a big breath in, lift the heart, look up. Good. And as you exhale, hinge forward. I love this stretch. Just come to, again, you decide, you control the range of motion. Press down. We don't control much, but we can control the range of motion in our body. Inhale up, exhale forward. Good. Inhale up, exhale, hinge forward, maybe a little bit more. Pause there and bring your elbows onto your thighs. And either bring your hands into prayer position or you can interlace your hands in between your legs if that feels good. Good. And then just relax the head forward. Again, wherever it's comfortable for you. If you dropped your head and feel too much pressure in your sinuses or eyes or head, just lift it up till you don't feel that intense pressure. Yeah, good. And breathe. Good. So you can either remain here, yes, which I will do. If you feel like you want something deeper, you can bring your fingertips to the floor. Usually one at a time is a good idea. That's only if you really want more. But if this is feeling like enough, just be here for 2 more breaths. Again, sometimes just holding the poses and where is your Ujjayi breath present. Good. All right. And then if you have your fingertips on the floor, bring one elbow up and the other elbow up onto your legs. And then unlace your hands, release your hands. Bring one hand to your thigh, the other hand to your thigh. Press down into your hands to slowly bring the body back up with a straight spine. Keep your head where it is, keep it down. Head's the last thing to come up. Good. And relax your shoulders. Good. And then toe, heel, your feet all the way to closed legs now. Yeah, squeezing your legs together and then relaxing. And squeezing your legs together and squeeze your glute muscles and lift your pelvic floor muscles up. Squeeze, squeeze, lift, lift, and relax. This is isometrics, right? Sitting in a chair. We can do this anywhere, anytime. Yeah, again, squeezing your legs together. That's why coming to yoga regularly helps you get into those habits. And then all of a sudden one day you remember, oh yeah, I'm going to do that while I'm sitting here. Might as well, when I'm sitting waiting to be called into the doctor's office, I can do this. Good. All right. So relax the legs now. And then just drop your knees open. Roll onto the outsides of your feet. Yeah. So strengthening your legs. I was just talking to a neighbor yesterday who rolled her ankle walking, hit a divot. And so when we keep those tendons nice and stretched, even if we do misstep and roll, we'll have a quicker recovery, or maybe not as as big of an injury as that it could have been. And then bringing the backs of your feet together. I mean, the bottoms of your feet. That would be hard. The backs of your feet. Yeah, good. Again, find your posture. Find our posture. Good. And then we're going to inhale and reach our arms forward and then up. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, bring your arms into cactus pose. Good. And lift the heart and look up to where the ceiling meets the wall. So this is a really beautiful pose here to just open up. We talk all the time that there's so many blessings there wanting to rain down on you. The divine, the universe, the universal energy, your higher self, they all want you to be happy. Nobody wants to, make you mad or punish you. And so we just have to open up to that, lifting your palms up. Just imagine like the rain we had this week, just all those raindrops, like your blessings, just raining down upon you. Yes, good. And then release your head forward and relax your arms down. Just again, have to be open to it. Say, okay, I'm ready for blessings. Yes. And then bringing your hands now to the outside of your knees and bring them together. Good. And heel toe your feet just back to hip distance apart. Good. All right. Again, arms down. Find your nice tall spine. Reach the head up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, circle sweep up. Big breath in. Take in oxygen. Exhale it out. Let's do our Ujjayi breath here. And you'll notice your Ujjayi breath. It's almost like, just because I'm seeing my dog here, it's almost like having your breath on a leash, right? Where you can control it. Yeah. And let it go slower, right? And deeper, and pay attention and bring you to the present moment. Yeah. And now on the exhale breath, we're going to bring palms down halfway. Good. Relax your shoulders. And now we're going to turn your right palm up, left palm down. Good. And then we're just going to reach our right fingers off to the side. So we're just sort of leaning over to the right. Good. And then we're going to come back to center. Then both palms up. Inhale, reach them both up. Bring them together above your head, and exhale, release your arms down. Good. And relax. Arms down again. Just do a couple shoulder rolls. Good. And then inhale, we're going to reach the arms out and up. Ujjayi breath. Turn the palms down, push down as you exhale. Ujjayi breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Slowing down. Almost in everything we do, if we get slow, we get, more focused, we get more present. This time coming down halfway. Yes. Relaxing your shoulders. Flipping your left palm up now. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, just glide your rib cage over to the left. Reach your right fingertips to the right. Good. So we're just leaning a little bit. And then inhale, slowly come back to center, both palms up. Inhale, press into your feet to reach your arms up. Good. And then exhale, bring your palms together and float your hands down to your heart. Good. Release your shoulders, your arms down, just let them hang. Even close your eyes here. And just let the weight of your arms drop towards the floor. And notice the top of your shoulders. And feel the shoulders just relaxing. stretching. Yeah. Good. All right. And slowly open the eyes. Good. All right. Heel, toe, feet back together again. Legs back together. Good. And we're just going to take a breath in, reach the arms forward and up. And as we exhale, we're going to just gently turn a little bit to the right. Release your hands down. So bring your left hand to the outside of the right thigh. And you can bring that right palm behind you, like we were doing in our cat-cow. Gently pressing down into the right palm to elongate the spine. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, press into that left hand to turn at your waist over to the right. Again, when we do things slowly, when we slow it down, we get into the posture in a much more functional way. We can go, without injury. We can go a little deeper. And now take a couple Ujjayi breaths here. Just enjoying the stretch. Smile on the face. As you breathe in, belly rises. As you breathe out, belly comes back. And now on the next exhale breath, relax the body. Relax everything. Slowly bring your head back forward. Slowly bring your body back forward. Yeah. Whenever we're doing a twist, we want our spine to be as straight as possible. We don't want to go into a twist with a rounded spine. Yeah, that's not what your spine is wanting. Good. So that pushing down your arm is almost like a second spine on your body. All right, inhale again, arms forward and up. Let's just do the other side. Exhale, relax your shoulders first. Yeah, even though the arms are up, turn just a little bit over to the left, turning at your waist, and then relax your arms down. So now right hand on the outside of the left thigh, left palm behind your left hip. On an inhale breath, gently press down into your left palm and just feel the spine get nice and tall and feel supported. And as you exhale, now press into your left thigh and turn and look over your left shoulder. Keeping your chin parallel to the floor. Find a couple Ujjayi breaths here. Nice slow breaths. And now on your next exhale breath, relax. Slowly turn your head back forward. Slowly turn your body back forward. Good. And just toe heel your feet back to about hip distance apart. And let's wiggle it out. Just shake off, relax. Let's bring our hands to the side rib, our side body, and just rub your side body. Just rub up and down. Yeah. Good. We're going to do a big part of our practice today in our chair because we can do the whole practice in your chair. We will stand and we will do some standing asanas, yes, but just going to linger here in our chair and just feel the body 100%. Yeah, good. All right, so doing a little side bend, relax the arms down. On an inhale breath, reach your arms out and up. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, release your right arm down. Good. And if there's a place to hold onto on your chair, you can do that, or just bring your palm against your chair. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, reach up and lean over. Good. Tucking the tummy in, supporting your low back. Feel free to look a little bit underneath that left arm. Find a couple Ujjayi breaths here. And then now bringing your head back forward. A little bit of a challenge here. Tuck your tummy in. On an inhale breath, reach your right arm out and up. And then all the way up with both hands. And exhale, relax the left hand down. Again, you can hold on to something here if you'd like, or just palm. Breath in, reach up tall, exhale, just come on over. Yeah, a little bit. And again, turning the gaze a little bit to the right. Ujjayi breath. Again, you decide your range of motion. Good. And then bringing the head back forward. Again, tucking the tummy in, relaxing your arm. And then on an inhale breath, start to float the left arm up as you come all the way up with both hands. Good. And bring your palms together and exhale your hands to your heart. Good. Ooh, shake it out. Yeah. All right, we're going to step our right leg out to the side. We're going to come into seated warrior 2 pose. Right left knee forward, right leg out to the side. Good. And then reaching the left arm out and the right arm out. So shoulders stay above your hips. Good. It's just such a beautiful pose. Want to press down into your feet. So we're engaging the lower body as well. And then turn your gaze over to the right, looking down along that middle right finger to the fingernail. And breathe. Nice long, slow breaths here. You know we're doing a lot of arm. Ujjayi breath through it all. And now on your next exhale breath, let the left arm float down. Yes. And then turn the right palm up again. Good. And you can either hold on to your chair somewhere or just keep the palm against the seat and press into your feet. Inhale the right arm up to the sky. You can watch it go up or you can keep your gaze forward. Good. Into reverse warrior. And breathe. 2 and 1. And now slowly let that arm float back down, the right arm all the way down. Watch it as it descends all the way down to the floor. Relax, inhale, lift the gaze straight back up and bring the gaze back forward. Good. And toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, your foot back next to the other. Bringing your feet planted on the floor, hip distance apart. Let's just do a little side to side here. And we're not just moving the upper body, right? We're moving the whole body. You can feel this weight shift from one hip to the other. Yeah, good. Pressing into your feet a little bit as you go side to side. Pressing into the left as you go to the right as you go to the left. Again, infusing your whole body, even in these great seated poses. Come back to center. Good. And then heel, toe, your left leg out to the side, wherever it's comfortable, foot planted on the floor, knees 90 degrees. Yes, other knee forward. And then reach out to the right. And then reach to the left. And then turn your gaze down along the middle, that middle finger, the fingernail. And breathe. Notice what your shoulders are feeling. See if on an exhale breath you can relax your shoulders. See if you can bring a smile to your face. See if you're breathing with Ujjayi breath. Notice how the Ujjayi breath slows the breath down. Each exhale relaxes the body. Good. And on your next exhale breath, relax that left arm. Just let that left arm float down. Again, you can hold on to the seat of your chair once it's down. Flip the left palm up. Press into your feet to reach that left arm out and up. And again, you can look up. If that's not comfortable on your neck, you can just look forward or just halfway. And breathe. Stretching those left fingers up. Feeling that stretch in the again, lymphatic system underneath your arm, your rib cage. Ujjayi breath. If you're starting to feel a little fatigued, tap in deeper breath. And as you exhale, slowly let that left arm float down. Start to watch it as it floats all the way down. All the way down to the floor. And then lift your gaze up And bring your head gaze back forward. Good. And toe, heel, toe, heel. Feet back to hip distance apart. Good. All right. Still scooted forward here. One more pose and then we'll stand. So we're going to work our core a little bit. Yeah. Good. So we're going to take a nice big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to lean back, lean back, lean back. Tuck your tummy in. Good. And let's bring our hands actually into prayer position where you can lay them onto your chest. Good. Take a nice big breath in. Look up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Your tummy's tucked in. Now on an inhale breath, see if you can fan your arms open and out. Nice and relaxed. Yeah, a little bit more of a challenge. Then on an inhale breath, press into your feet. Start to reach your arms up towards the sky. Bring your body back up. And exhale your hands to your heart. That's just a little different. Here we go. We'll do that one more time. So maybe start with hands on your heart. Yeah, or you can have them in namaste on your chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to hinge back, tuck your tummy in. That's what's holding you up. That's what's protecting your low back. Again, you decide your range of motion. Ujjayi breath, this is challenging. Now on the next inhale breath, see if you can fan your arms open. Just accepting the challenge with open arms. Breathing. 2. Breathing. 1. On an inhale breath, press into your feet. Start to bring the body back up. Reach the arms just gently up. And bring the palms together and exhale your hands to your heart. Okay, nice job. And just shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Move, move, move. All right, and we're gonna make our way now to standing. So heels back slightly, right? We're gonna hinge forward at our hips. Good. On an inhale breath, press into your heels to slowly come back up. And again, feel free always to remain in your chair. If you have an injury or you're just really tired today, just do whatever. Just breathe with us. If we just did Ujjayi breath the whole class, you feel amazing. You can leave your chair forward. Good. And now we've been sitting for a little while, so let's just move the body. Just nice and loose. Yeah. Just wake the body back up. We did a lot in the chair. That was 45 minutes in our chair. Nice work, everybody. Yeah. Good. All right. And then see if we can bring our feet a little bit wider apart, soften your knees. Let's bring our hands onto our hips and just rock your hips side to side with bent knees. Yeah, just lubricating our hip joints there. Good. And coming back to center. And while we have our little bit wider legs, here maybe just a tad wider, let's inhale to one side and exhale to the other. Inhale through the nose, ha, exhale. So not Ujjayi breath in this. Ha, this is big. Ah, you can even stick your tongue out like lion's breath and ah, let the breath out. Ah, make the funniest face. Ah, my little grandson just learned how to do lion. Ah, that's what he does. Ah, and one more. Ah, and slowly come back to center. Good. Step, step, stepping your feet back to your hip distance apart. Good. All right. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach the arms forward and we're going to interlace our hands. And actually, we're going to bring cross our arms and interlace your hands with wrists crossed. Good. And then you're going to just let the shoulders roll forward and draw them back. So arms are straight, forward and back. And if crossing at your wrist is not for you, you can just interlace your hands forward. Yeah. And one more. Glide forward and back. Good. And then bending the elbows and slowly bringing the arms up as far up over your head as you can. Yeah, good. And then once there, inhale as you reach and try to straighten your arms. So this is a little bit different stretch. You're getting sort of your back muscles stretched. Again, your side ribs. Yeah. And exhale, now relax. Let's start to bend the elbows, unlace your hands, bring your hands, interlace them behind your head or your fingertips. Good. And let's just reach the elbows back. Lay your head slightly back into your hands and breathe. Again, another pose to open yourself up to all the grace and blessings that are just there for you, there for your taking. We just have to send the message out mentally that, to be blessed, to be filled with grace, to be happy. Yes. And then slowly bringing the head back forward, unlace your hands and just allow your hands to float down. Good. Roll it out. All right, we might feel like we want to move a little bit, so let's just take a walk. Start to move the body with your arms, swinging your arms. Yeah. And maybe take a couple steps forward and a couple steps back, looking straight ahead, forward. Good. Walking backwards is a really good balance challenge. Yeah, so make sure that you feel safe in your steps. Yeah. Good. And one more. And come back to center. Good. And relax. Okay, so we're going to do another side bend, sort of similar to what we did sitting down. We're going to inhale and reach your arms out and up. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, stretch your fingers up towards the sky. You can always be in cactus pose here. Good. Another breath in. And as you exhale, reach up and lean over to the right. Good. Take another breath in and exhale. Let the right arm start to float down. Tuck your tummy in. Good. And then just let the right palm rest onto your thigh. Breath in. As you exhale, feel free to turn your gaze underneath that left arm. Breathe into that left side, that left lung. Good. And then slowly bring your head back forward. And then again, here's the challenge. Tuck your tummy in. On an inhale breath, press into your toes. Let that right arm float up. And once up, all the way up with both arms, bring your palms together and exhale your hands to heart. This is a good pose to realize that engaging your low body, even though most of your motions coming from your upper body, makes your upper body feel lighter. Yeah, so let's just notice that. All right, one more. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, stretch your fingers to the ceiling. Good. Take another breath in. Exhale, reach up and lean over. Again, tummy's tucking in. One more breath here. As you exhale, slowly let that left arm. So your elbow's bent a little bit. Let the left arm just float down. Good. And then relax the palm onto your thigh. Feel free to turn and look underneath your right arms just slightly. That just sends the shoulder back a little. Big breath. Each time you exhale, slide your hand down a little more. Breathe into that right side now. Right lung, right rib cage. Yeah, liver, spleen, side. Good. And now bring your gaze back forward. Tuck your tummy in, press into your toes as you slowly lift that left arm back up. And then bring both arms up. Bring your hands into prayer position and float your hands down. So nice. Good. And relax. Roll out the shoulders. Yeah, roll out the everything. Good. And again, let's just take a little walk. Just relax in our walk. Do a little march here. Again, you can take a few steps forward, a few steps back. You can quicken your walk. You can come into a little jog if you want to come into a little jog. Just taking it easy, noticing how you're breathing, even in this walk. Can you be doing your Ujjayi breath? As you're walking. Good. And relax. Good. Roll out the shoulders. Find your mountain pose. Slide your hands back. Interlace your hands behind your hips. Good. And just come into, again, little opening. So a lot of these back bends are very warming poses. Yeah, as we settle ourselves into the season change. Take a breath in. As you exhale, glide your hands down towards the floor. Reach your shoulders back a little more. Lift the gaze to where the ceiling meets the wall. Find your breath. And each time you exhale with that Ujjayi, see if the hands can melt down just a little bit more towards the floor. Again, taking time in these poses. And as you exhale, relax, head back forward, and slowly unclasp your hands. So yeah, when you linger, again, when you're in discomfort, if you have any kind of, uncomfortable pain, just closing your eyes, tapping into Ujjayi breath, just allow the discomfort to happen. Don't try to resist it. And over time, taking that time, the body will get the signal to, okay, let's just, for some things, it will take a little bit more than breathing through it. But a lot of times when you're in that discomfort, you can just stop, relax, breathe deeply, and it will eventually just, all of a sudden you'll realize, oh, it's gone, So let's shake it out. Okay. All right, we're gonna come to our balance pose, tree pose. Yeah. So come to one side of your chair. Find your feet, your hip distance apart. Good. All right. So engaging your kneecaps, squeezing your glute muscles there. Yeah. Feel like your legs are just these nice big 2x4s, pillars that are holding you up. Good. Shifting your weight to the inside. Good. Coming onto the ball of your foot. And it's really important in this pose, really key, to have your heart lifted and a nice posture with this kneecap engaged, with your glutes squeezing. So this is holding you up. And you can remain right here. Almost 90% of your weight with your heel up is in this leg. So again, good for building bone, strengthening muscles around the bone. Yeah, good. And now we're gonna just lift the toe up and we're gonna do some slow circles. So you can either hold onto your chair to do that, or you can bring your hands or just float your hand up off your chair. Yeah. And then at some point, pause and do opposite circle. So just by balancing here and moving. Yeah. And then bringing your toe back down. Good. Again, realign, get this leg nice and strong, and bringing the knee out to the side if that's available. You can just stay with just like this, with your heel up. If you can bring the bottom of your foot to the inside of your ankle, yes. Find that posture if you lost it. Good. Start your Ujjayi breath. It's going to keep you centered, strong, focused. Good. And if it's available to you, bringing your hands in prayer position. Good. And if you want to take it further on an inhale breath, reaching your arms, your fingers up towards the sky, like your tree branches. Keep that Ujjayi breath. And on an exhale breath now, bring your palms back together. Slowly bring your hands to your heart. Release your hands down and come out of your legs, bringing your knee forward and then weight on both feet. Good, and shake it out. Nice, nice, nice. So let's move to the other side of your chair. Just do that same thing on the other side. All right, so nice tall spine, feet about hip distance apart. Good. And engage your kneecaps. When you do that, you feel these big thigh muscles engage, right? Giving you stability. Good. Shifting the weight to the inside. Take it a step at a time. You can always have your chair there to hold on to. Nice tall posture. And then bringing your heel up, your outside heel up. Good. And then as you lift your toe up, again, nice big posture, looking straight ahead. And then circle that right foot, nice and slow. Finding that deep breath, that Ujjayi breath. And then reverse. And the more challenge that is happening, the deeper the breath. We usually do the opposite. Yeah. And then land the ball of your foot back onto the chair. Re-engage the standing leg, nice and tall. And then if it's available, taking your knee out to the side, bottom of the foot to the inside of your ankle. Again, feel so tall. Yes, tummy is in and sucking in a little bit and up. And then if it's available to you, bringing your hands into prayer position. Find your Ujjayi breath. On an inhale breath, if it's available to you, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Big Ujjayi breath. And on just your next exhale breath, slowly bring your palms together. Slowly let the arms float down to your heart. Slowly release your hands. And then taking your legs out, bringing the knee forward and bringing weight onto both feet. And shake it out. Wiggle out your feet. Nice work, everybody. Good. And we're going to make our way back to our chair. Good. So just sitting down, however comfortable it is for you, finding where you're going to be sitting. Good. Taking a breath in. As you exhale, sending your hips back, pausing halfway maybe. Breath in and exhale. Land your palms onto your seat and allow your hips to, as gracefully as you can, float down. Good. All right. And wiggle it out. All right, just a little bit of hip opening here. So actually we're going to do eagle pose. We're going to do squeezing. So we're going to take our right leg and cross it over our left. If this is not comfortable, you're going to cross at your ankles, heading up for eagle pose. We're going to squeeze lots of toxins in our lymphatic system. And our lymphatic system needs to get healthy now with the change of season. Good. And you're going to float your arms out, nice tall spine, palms forward, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your arms forward. Bring your left arm above your right, cross up as high as you can. Bring your hands to your shoulders, scoot your fingers all the way to the very back of your shoulders so you feel that squeezing underneath your arms. Inhale, lift your elbows up. As you exhale, relax your elbows onto your chest. Drop your head. Relax. Take a breath in. As you exhale, give yourself a big hug. Squeeze your legs together. Lift your pelvic floor muscles up off your chair. Yes. Engage. Yes. And breathe. Your Ujjayi breath, even while you're squeezing. Your next inhale breath, relax. Slowly float the arms up a little higher, then just gently and just gracefully opening up to to, again, all the raining down of blessings and grace waiting for you. Yes. There's no higher power out there that wants to punish. That energy just wants you to feel beautiful and part of the universe, part of this world and universe. Yeah. Good. Let's do the other side. So crossing at either thigh or at the ankle. Good. Tall spine. Relax the arms. Float them out to the side. Palms forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, float your arms forward. This time, once there, right arm above and cross up as high as you can. And then bringing your hands to your shoulders, scooting your fingers as far back as you can onto your shoulder blades. Good. Feel that squeeze underneath your arms. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, relax the arms onto your chest. Relax your head forward and squeeze. Squeeze your arms together. Squeeze your legs gently together. Again, engage your pelvic floor muscles, even that anal sphincter muscles. Lift it up. Squeeze. Breathe. 2 more breaths here, squeezing and breathing. Yeah, this practice of breath and asana just helps us to go into transformation. And as you exhale, relax now. Relax everything. Press into your right foot. Slowly start to lift your arms up off your chest. Lift them up a little higher as the arms start to unfold. Good. And then relax the shoulders as the arms just gracefully float through space. And uncross here. Yes, good. And let's just wiggle it out and get yourself set up for final relaxation. Yes. So now you can go all the way to the back of your chair. But you want to continue to have a tall spine. Feel your back supported. Feet flat on the floor, about hip distance apart. Feel free to lay down and close your eyes. Good. So let's take a nice big breath in and let it out the mouth. One more breath in. Exhale it out. And one more with Ujjayi breath. Nice, long, slow breath in. And breathe out. Relax the whole body. Letting go of all your efforts now, just for this next last 2 minutes. Feel the shoulders soften, arms soften, hips heavy. Legs, thighs, hamstrings, whole legs soften. Relax all of your efforts now. Smile on the face. Breath soft. Whole body relaxed. thoughts, if any, to just float through. Just for another 30 seconds, just be here. Present in this beautiful moment of relaxation. Notice how you feel. Feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. Should you choose to slowly come back now into this space and time, take a nice big breath in. And breathe out any last tension you might be holding. Begin to wiggle toes and fingers, sway the body side to side. Coming back to center. Bringing your hands into prayer position. Let's rest the thumbs onto the heart. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bow your forehead to your fingertips. Relax your shoulders. And we'll close practice today with this. Consider your goal as a challenge, not a struggle. Challenges create growth. Smile at them. When you're feeling ready and complete at your own pace, gently begin to flutter the eyes open as you lift your head. I thank you all for coming and sharing in this beautiful practice together. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.